Hey, welcome to my channel, Unbiased LLC. On this channel, we do a lot of crafting, hands-on projects from making t-shirts to embroidery to sewing to fixing sewing projects to making stickers, doing hair. We do all sorts of things on this channel. So if you are interested in the things that I would like to teach you, please don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell, baby, because it will let you know every time I post a video and or go live to teach you something. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching my videos, and leave a comment if there's something that you would like to ask me. I do answer back. I am human. Okay. So, welcome to the Purple Patch Crew, baby. And I hope that you enjoy each and everything that is on this channel. I will speak to you guys later and enjoy this video. So, have you ever wondered what are the components and functions of a sewing machine? Well, look no further. Today is your lucky day. I will be showing you the functions of my sewing machine, which is a Singer patchwork sewing machine. However, most sewing machines have these same features and functions. They just may look a little different on your sewing machine. So the first thing we will discuss is the foot pedal. And this is the foot pedal. And the foot pedal goes on the floor in front of you on the sewing machine. Okay. The foot pedal is the workhorse of your sewing machine. It determines how fast or how slow you stitch on your sewing machine. So the next thing we will discuss is the socket for the power cord. So your power cord goes here. This is your on and off switch right here. So we just turned on our machine. Also, the foot pedal has this cord that sticks into your sewing machine so that it will work when you get ready to work it. The next thing we will discuss is the hand wheel. So this is the hand wheel. Always turn your hand wheel towards you. Never turn your hand wheel away from you. This will jam up your machine. Trust me. The next thing that we will talk about is our reverse lever or button. Depending on the machine that you have, it may or may not have a button, or it may have this slider thing that you push up and down. So this is the reverse lever. Okay. The next thing we will talk about is the spool thread. This is what your thread goes on. You also have a spool thread holder right here also. So you can put your thread there or here, just depending on the way that you would like to have your thread. The next thing we will talk about is the bobbin winder. This is a bobbin winder. And what you do is you put your bobbin, this is a bobbin, you put your bobbin directly on top of your bobbin winder and you press it to the right. And if you see the indicator, it tells you press to the right so that your bobbin can wound, okay, can be wound. The next thing that we will talk about is our pattern selector. This is considered the patterns of stitches that is on your sewing machine. You may or may not have all of these, but you definitely will have a straight and a zigzag stitch no matter what sewing machine you have. The next thing we will talk about is the stitch length adjustment. So on my machine, which is computerized, this is my stitch length right here. And if I press this button up and down, and I'm sorry if you can't see it, up and down, it changes my stitch length. A normal stitch length is 2.5, okay? The next thing we will talk about is the tension disc. So on my machine, this is where my tension is. And with this machine, it's automatically set. However, if you need to change your tension, you can turn it to the left or you can turn it to the right, depending on what you are sewing, okay? The next thing we will talk about is the needle. This is your needle. This is the needle, okay? This little black clamp right here is called a needle clamp. This is what you turn to hold your needle in place, okay? The next thing we will talk about is the take-up lever. So this inside of here is your take-up lever. And if you turn your hand wheel towards you, it will raise and lower your take-up lever. It will lower and raise the take-up lever. This is the highest position of the take-up lever. The next thing we will talk about is our presser foot. This is a presser foot, okay? This back here is the shank of the presser foot. The bottom of the presser foot, which is underneath here, is called a heel. Right here, you see this little part right here is the heel. This is the sole of the presser foot. And this right here is the toes of the presser foot, okay? The next thing we will talk about is the feed dog. So if you take your presser foot off, you can see the feed dogs is underneath the machine. And if you turn your hand wheel towards you, you can see the needle plate. I'm sorry, the feed dogs go up and down. This is what feeds your fabric from towards the back as you sew. The next thing we will talk about is the throat plate. So this is your throat plate, this whole silver thing right here. This is your throat plate. And the function of the throat plate is to hold your fabric. It also has guides for your seam allowance on your throat plate. So this is a very important piece. The next thing we will talk about is our sewing light. So if you see right here, I have a light, which is to help you see when you're sewing, okay? The next thing I have is the presser foot lever, okay? So let's show you the lever. I'm sorry. This is a lever. This is your presser foot lever right here. Sometimes it's on the side of your needle and sometimes it's in the back of your sewing machine. So depending on which machine you have, your presser foot lever is either on the side or the back. The next thing I would like to talk about is the thread cutter. If you have this available on your machine. And on my machine, this is my thread cutter. And what it does is when you finish sewing and you want to take your project off of your machine, you just cut your threads right here. You just put your thread in there and it will cut the threads for you. The next thing I would like to talk about is the side plate, okay? So the side plate is this tray right here, which houses all of your accessories. Sorry for the noise. All of your accessories for your sewing machine, okay? So you can either choose to sew with it on or sew with it off, okay? Most of the time when you sew with this on, your fabric is just going to go straight through. But if you need to sew like the arm of a garment, you will take this off so that your fabric can rotate all the way underneath your sewing machine. Okay. And it also helps to keep the dust out of your sewing machine and everything. The last thing that I would like to talk about is on this machine, we have a needle position button. And what that does is if you press this button, it will keep the needle inside of your project once you take your foot off of the the foot pedal, and it will keep your needle down in the down position, and you can turn your fabric that way. Okay. This is the lock button. This is your reverse lever. This is the button you push when you want to start and stop your fabric from to lock in your seams. So this is called a reverse lever. And we also have the bobbin, this is the bobbin case. Okay, this is the plastic piece that comes on top of the bobbin case. This is your bobbin case. This houses your bobbin just like that. Okay, so now we have all of the components of the sewing machine. A little bonus on the patchwork, it has a speed control, so you can slow down or speed up your stitches when you're stitching. And we also have the automatic tension disc, like I said earlier, that I stated earlier. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it was somewhat helpful to you. Please consider liking, subscribing to this channel if you would like to see any more of these videos. And be blessed, and see you on the next video. Thank you.